Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
It's your boy Taco Bell Wani, and no nerd is safe. Colby Covington was at the UFC 25th anniversary press conference, and there he was sitting next to the UFC current female bantamweight title challenger Raquel Pennington. Now, Raquel Pennington is going to be fighting Amanda Nunes at UFC 224 in Brazil, and Colby Covington was rumored to be on that card as well. Now, Brazil hates Colby Covington. A lot of people hate Colby Covington. The nerds hate Colby Covington. Anyone that's a fan of Star Wars, he spoiled it. I mean, Colby Covington is not trying to gain fans. He's actually trying to get people to hate him. I think it seems a lot easier to get people to hate you than love you. You just, you know, now he's coming for like the gay. I don't know if he's just trying to get all the gay people to hate him or just the lesbians, but either way, no nerd is safe. I was listening to the press conference, and there was a couple times I almost like spit out my drink laughing, like a couple hot one-liners he said. Like people were asking Leo Colby Covington, why are you fighting in Chicago and not Brazil? And like, instead of just saying, oh, you know, because I don't want to die, he would say something like, because nobody wants to see Amanda Nunes and Ricky Pennington fight. And I was like, yo, did he just say Ricky Pennington? Like, that's where you spit your water out, because her nickname is Rocky Pennington. But that's a really good line, Ricky Pennington, because she's kind of, you know, she's lesbian, and Rocky. Yo, that was pretty fucking funny. Even though Colby Covington, I'll still say, is a douchebag. I'm gonna preface that because I find a lot of the stuff Colby cut, like the jokes are funny. If you have a sense of humor, some of the shit he says is funny. But I'm sure if he was talking about, like, you know, one of your loved ones, well, me, different story. If he told me my brother was fucking, I don't know, a mixed piece of shit, I would probably start laughing because I'm, you know, a wannabe comedian. I got a sense of humor. But a lot of people don't fucking find any of this funny. So when you hear him say Ricky Pennington, you might get pissed off. But another thing I saw in the headline was he said that Raquel Pennington is just jealous. This is another thing. He's talking about like why Raquel Pennington might not like him. You got to think Colby Covington trains out of AT&T with Amanda Nunes, Raquel Pennington, and a lot of other fighters. But there's so many fighters there. Like, just because they train together, it's not like they're necessarily rolling and sparring together with all of these. It's just a really big gym. So just because these guys come from ATT, you know, they're necessarily Colby's teammate, even though that doesn't mean they're friends. So Colby Covington has also turned on a lot of his fellow AT&T teammates, and these are just two more casualties, Amanda Nunes and Raquel Pennington. But when it comes to Raquel Pennington, Colby Covington said she hates me because her wife wants my tiny tornado. Yo, I had to fact check that. I said, did Colby Covington really just say Tisha Torres wants his tiny tornado? Because that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He called, okay, so you got Rocky Raquel Pennington. He called her Ricky. Pretty good pretty good line, pretty good joke. I take it as a joke. And then you got her wife, who's Tisha Torres. Her nickname is Tiny Tornado. And he says she wants his tiny tornado. I mean, you just don't get jokes better than these. No, I'm just kidding. They're not the best jokes in the world. They're kind of corny, kind of cliche, kind of cringy, but still pretty funny. Now, with that being said, I know there's going to be a lot of people that don't appreciate this comedy, don't appreciate, like, some people, I can't believe you even think some of this stuff is funny. Like, yo, it is what it is. I want to see Colby Covington get his ass whooped as much as the next guy, but I don't know if Rafael Dos Anjos, who he's scheduled to fight at UFC 225, is going to be able to get it done. Colby Covington is a legitimate wrestling powerhouse at 170 pounds. He's going to be fighting the former 155-pound champion. And if you've seen Colby Covington wrestle with former lightweights, you know he's got a pretty solid advantage there. One of his best friends and teammates is actually Jorge Masvidal, and that's where Jorge Masvidal gets a lot of his grappling training in. And if you saw any of those sessions, he's kind of like dumping Jorge Masvidal, who was also a former lightweight, which is what Rafael Dos Anjos is. So we'll see what happens in this fight. I know a lot of people are rooting for Rafael Dos Anjos to beat the shit out of Colby Covington, but might not be the matchup. You might have to wait to see Tyron Woodley in there. You know what I'm saying? Tyron Woodley might be able to, but Man, it would be crazy. What? Colby Covington, see, that's the thing about strong wrestlers, bro. They've got that wrestling in their back pocket. We've seen Tyron Woodley, some of his worst matchups were against high-level wrestlers. The Roy McDonald, I mean, that's one of the guys who had success against Tyron Woodley. And when you're looking at who's the closest to like a Roy McDonald in the UFC welterweight division, as far as his wrestling is concerned, it's probably going to be Colby Covington. So that, you know, Colby Covington might be not only give Rafael Dos Anjos a run for his money, but it would suck. But also the UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. Holy smokes! So if you don't like the Colby Covington show, I tell you what, man, I don't agree with the stuff he says. I don't like it. I don't like, you know, whenever you offend people on purpose. Okay, I can't say that. I kind of do like trolling a little bit. You know, I'm a fan of some trolling, but at the same, it's like Conor McGregor. I'm a fan of Conor McGregor until he breaks a window and injures other fighters. I'm a fan of Colby Covington until I actually see him coming out with the fucking swastika tattoo. You know what I'm saying? At a fucking gay bashing party. You know, as long as I think Colby Covington is just trying to tell jokes and be entertaining like Chael Sonnen, I'm kind of like, okay, this is pretty funny. But if it ever comes out Colby Covington literally is racist or anything like that, I don't like the guy still, you know what I'm saying? But clearly Colby Covington's not racist. We know he's not. If you want to talk about what racist is, you know, if it ain't white, it ain't right. That's not Colby Covington. One of his best friends is Tyron Woodley. We've seen him doing interviews with, you know what I'm saying? There's a thing, just because he says some things that might offend Brazilians doesn't necessarily mean Colby Covington is 100% racist. And I've heard some people say, hey, Brazil isn't even a race. And if it was a race, well, it's not a race. We're not going to go there. I was going to say, because Jorge Masvidal's skin is kind of the same color as a Brazilian skin, so you can't just say he doesn't like them because they're skin. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it is what it is. I know a lot of people don't fuck with Colby Covington. I don't either, but I do laugh at some of the jokes. And you got to admit, man, and some people probably aren't going to admit it. Some people probably don't like these type of jokes. But when he says Ricky Pennington's girlfriend wants my tiny tornado, I can't even. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.